and I think everybody should be settled so that we can start. Is everybody on the platform, and can we start for today? Support staff, is everybody in the room?
Hello, Chair.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying we don't have the full complement yet, or at least the quorum. Can we just wait for 3-5 minutes for members to join in? Yeah.
We'll start at 7 minutes past. Let's give them 5 minutes. Are we then having a quorum? Can I please check?
Yes, Chair, we do have a quorum. We can proceed.
Good morning, honorable members, once more, the affected members, the legal teams from both sides, and everybody who's following this hearings. I welcome you on
Recording in
today's,
progress.
resumption on the hearing, which started yesterday. Do we have any apologies from the table staff?
We do not have apologies, Chair.
Thank you, sir. May I then start with the hearing? As I've indicated, we are resuming on the work that we started yesterday already. May I at this moment then co-initiate Advocate Golden to continue with leading evidence. And I want also to remind Mr. Qaso that he's still under oath. Advocate Golden, you have the platform to continue.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning. Good morning to the committee and to everyone in the room. Chair, we will continue with the video recording relating to 10 June 2022. You will recall that we had left off yesterday with the removal from the House of MP Chirwa and Tambo. And we will continue now to proceed from that point. Before we go ahead, Chair, at the end of Mr. Qaso's evidence in chief, I will just, and before we go proceed to cross-examination, I would like to then just deal very briefly, 2 minutes, with the affidavits which we have prepared and which I want to make sure is part of the record. Thank you, but for now we can proceed with the video recording. If we can start at the point where we left off yesterday. Thank you.
Honorable Chief Whips of political parties.
Sorry, Madam Chair, if we could just pause there. That is not the right place where we are at. If we could just give the technicians an opportunity. Thank you. Sorry, if we, Madam Chair, could I just ask the technician just to pause the recording? This is not the place where we left off yesterday. We stopped yesterday with the removal of Ms. Chirwa and Mr. Tambo. So if we can rewind the video recording to that point and take it from there. Sorry, Madam Chair, maybe just to facilitate things a little bit, if the technicians could just replay the fifth removal. That is of Ms. Chirwa and Mr. Tambo. And then we can just take it from there again. Thank you.
Members from the house. Honorable members, leave. No. Okay. Leave the house. Leave the house. What did you do? Honorable members, leave the house. What? There you. What are you using? Which rule? Will you now leave the house?
It is Cyril who must leave the house.
Will you please?
It is the money launderer who must leave the house.
Will you please take out Honorable Matulela, Honorable Mkondo, and Honorable Tafeni?
No, we are too far. We're a little bit too far. We must rewind a little bit. Go back, yes, please. Just a little bit, yes.
Matulela and Honorable Tafeni. And honorable, yes, those honorable members must leave the house. Shut up by you. And that is Rule 735 for obstructing the removal of members from the house. Honorable members, leave. No. Okay. Leave the house. Leave the house. What did you do?
Can I just ask the technicians
Honorable
to
members,
go back to
leave the
52
house.
minutes?
What? There you. What is an insult?
Down on record, speak.
That is unleashing brutality.
Records.
Men are touching women's breasts and bums and our private parts.
Thank you. That's the right place. No, you went to. Okay. We can play from here.
And your legacy is disrespect when an lady.
Honorable members, Honorable Tafeni, Honorable
Speaker, what is
Tafeni,
you are doing now?
Tafeni.
Speaker,
Mr.
what is
Castle?
this you are doing now?
Mr. Castle, that is Ms. Chirwa being removed, right?
What is the harassment?
Yes. Thank you. So that's Ms. Chirwa. We played this yesterday, but just in order to facilitate a seamless video recording of the proper points, that is the removal of Ms. Chirwa being removed by the female PPS members.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Thank you. We can play from this point onwards.
Women, shame on you, Speaker.
And then just Mr. Castle on the left with the red hard hat on, that is it.
You'll account to this thing, the chaos you have started.
Sorry, if we can just pause, please. Just to recap again. The female EFF member with a red hard hat on, that's Ms. Ntlangwini. Am I right?
That's Miss Matulelo.
Sorry?
That's Miss Matulelo.
Oh, Miss Matulewa, my apologies. Did you see what she did now?
Yes.
Yes, and just describe for us what you've seen.
She pushed a protection services member.
Prevented the removal of Ms. Chirwa.
Yes.
Thank you. We can play from this point.
Shame on you, you are doing all this to protect and money laundering.
Cancelled women insult the speaker. Which insult? What is an insult?
On record, speak.
That is unleashing brutality.
Reports.
Men are touching women's breast and bums and our private parts. You see that attention.
If we could just pause there, please. Mr. Castle, there was I think it was a female member of parliament who said something about touching their breasts and bums. Was that somebody on the online platform? It didn't seem to me, judging from the recording, that it came from the house.
I'm not
What
certain
does
about
that got to do with anything?
Can we just rewind just for a minute, please?
Shame on you, you are doing all this to protect and money laundering.
Cancelled women insult the speaker. Which insult? What is an insult?
On record, speak.
That is unleashing brutality.
Reports.
Men are touching women's breast and bums and our private parts.
Can we stop there, please? Mr. Castle, can I refer you to the unrevised handset on the top of page 528? I think that will bring some clarity to the issue.
Yeah, I'm there. That men are touching women's breasts and bums.
And who says that?
It's Honorable Kalipi.
Yes. Was she on the online platform?
Yes.
Yes. And then what does the speaker say before we go back to the video recording on the handset? What does she say?
You mean in response to that or after that?
Yes.
Honorable members, as I read your name, Honorable Tafeni, Honorable Mkondo, and Honorable Matulelwa, those honorable members must leave the house.
And further down, what does the speaker say? Because they ask her, what did they do?
Rule 73(5), this is what speaker says. For obstructing the removal of members from the house, honorable members leave the house.
Thank you. We can continue with the video clip.
Attention, honorable members. Come on, read your names. Read your name. Come here and are you honorable Tafeni? If you can say honorable and honorable, yes, those positive members are leader. That's how I and the other is the one Rule 73(5) for obstructing the removal of members from the house. Honorable members, leave. No. Okay. Leave the house. Leave the house. What did you do? Honorable members, leave the house. What? They do? What are you using? Which rule? Will you now leave the house?
It is Cyril who must leave the house.
Will you please?
It is a money launderer who must leave the house.
Will you please take out Honorable Matulela, Honorable Mkondo, and Honorable Tafeni? And then, Speaker, what did they do? Mkondo is out, Honorable Matulela, and Honorable Tafeni. No, for the speaker. Woman, when I speak, you are not a woman, you are a male. You caught people with water. Because you opened a bottle of water. And therefore,
the murderer of Marijuana people must also leave.
must leave. I said they must leave. Invite the PSS to remove them. Ladies, ladies. Invite the women from the PSS to remove the women.
Today, you remember that women must be removed by women. Today, only today.
Honorable members, will you please lower your hands? Honorable members, lower your hands. Because once I have made a ruling on a member, I have to make sure that the member
Ngeke sizehlisa izandla lalela into esishoyo thina ukuthi sithini. Ngeke sizehlisa izandla khuleka nje.
If we could just pause there, please. Mr. Castle, if you could just explain to us or describe to us what you've seen on the video recording.
I see the honorable member, Matulelwa. When PPS is giving effect to Speaker's directive to remove her, she is resisting the removal, forcefully resisting the removal, obstructing the members of the PPS from removing her. She also goes on to the aisle of the House, which is not permitted in terms of the rules. And of course, she resists up to the end. When I say the end, I mean up to the door, exit point, where she's supposed to be taken out.
So is that what they refer to as crossing the floor of the National Assembly, the House?
The floor of the National Assembly. And there used to be a convention that dealt with that, but that was codified a while ago to indicate that it is in breach of the rules. To do that, I will find a rule as we continue. But that is a breach of the rules. And in fact, it's one of
Rule 64D.
Yes, it's one of those type of conduct that, well, I've been in Parliament for a while now. I've not seen it before that.
Yes. And tell me, while Miss Matulelwa crossed the floor, and we can see that she was violently fighting with the female PPS members, was the mace still in the house at the time?
No, the House wasn't sitting, and that is why it becomes a violation of the decorum of the House, an extreme violation of the decorum of the House, because the House is sitting, the mace is there. Anything could have happened to the mace while that was happening. And so the rule says no member is 64D, no member, a member during the sitting, okay, let me just read it completely. Members must at all times accord the presiding officers of the NA, National Assembly, and members due respect and conduct themselves with dignity and in accordance with the decorum of the House, and are required, D says, not during proceedings to pass between the chair and the member who is speaking, nor between the chair and the table, nor to stand in any of the aisles or across aisles, nor to cross the floor of the House in front of the benches. That's what the rule says.
So can we continue with that video clip, please?
Suspend the business of the House.
If we could just pause there, please. We have now seen the removal of Ms. Matulelwa, Ms. Tafeni, and Mr. Mtu. We know that Ms. Tafeni has not been charged, and that is because she resigned as a member of the EFF. Am I correct?
No, well, I don't know why she has not been charged because I was not part of the charging process. But I'll have to check the issue of the Ms. Tafini is still a member, but I'll check that. But I don't know why she was not charged.
Okay.
That was the decision of the committee to charge or not to charge members.
Okay. So, but you confirm that together with Ms. Matulelwa, Nkonto was also removed?
Yes,
Yes.
Nkonto was also involved.
Yes.
And I also just need to indicate as well that why the proceedings were suspended.
Yes.
Because it was not the time for the suspension of proceedings. At that, because there's usually, when there's a long debate, there's usually a time when proceedings are suspended, but proceedings were not. Proceedings were suspended at that point because of what had just happened. And
Well, is it fair to say that there was chaos in the house?
there was chaos in the house, but it was mainly because of what the member had done, crossing the floor. As I said, it's something very unusual to do, something that happened that day. So the speaker felt that proceedings must be suspended. You might have seen me doing some gestures there because I was uncertain about the suspension, but it was speaker's decision and determination that the proceedings must be suspended because what had happened was outrageous as far as the speaker was concerned. What had just happened at that point was extreme. Thanks.
Yes. And if we then could fast forward the video recording to when the House resumes and when the suspension has then occurred. After the suspension, if we can start, when the House resumes.
You must
just
suspend
for-
Cyril, suspend the money launderer.
You must suspend all the EFF. Honorable members, really gentlemen, we are not going anywhere.
Sorry, if we could just stop there, please. Sorry, I'm not sure where we are at. When the House resumes, this is for purposes of the technicians, the Speaker then addresses the House. In terms of the time that I have, the time slot is more or less at 02:38 or 02:40. In other words, we are then more than 2 hours into the recording. If you could be guided by that time slot, please.
Yesterday, you made the ruling that.
Speaker, you
Speaker, my hand was up.
I'm appealing that
Allowing any members who are not voted by honorable members, the platform yesterday had to be shut down because there was disorder and people were causing disorder from the
Mr.
platform.
Castle, this is not the right spot, eh?
Members,
Because the right place.
That's not the right spot.
Where do you want to be? Is it? Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah.
For purposes of the technician, we need to be at the place after the suspension and when the House resumes. That is when the Speaker then addresses the House. That is where we need to be.
Expected that by now we would be done with our work. However, in terms of the powers vested in me, I had to give rule number 77 because it allows me, in the event of a grave disorder at a meeting, that the presiding officer may...
Sorry, Mr. Technician, if you could just rewind maybe just by 10 seconds or so. Let's see where we are at. Thank you. That's the correct place.
May be seated. Honorable members, order. Order. Thank you very much. Let me start by apologizing to you for adjourning the sitting in the manner in which we did. All of us expected that by now we would be done with our work. However, in terms of the powers vested in me, I had to give rule number 77 because it allows me, in the event of a grave disorder at a meeting, that the presiding officer may adjourn the meeting or may suspend the proceedings for a period to be stated by him or her, which is what we have just done. Honorable members, I want to start by, before I'm going to allow parties to speak, and each party will have a minute. But I want to start by saying what happened here this morning is totally unacceptable. All of us as members of parliament, the first thing in your orientation or in your induction, wherever it is, the first thing you are taught, amongst others, is that this part at the center where the mace is kept is a sacred part of the chamber. You may not walk there for as long as the mace is there. You may not even cross the floor from the one side to the other for as long as the mace is there. Now, what happened this morning was totally unacceptable. And I mean unacceptable, honorable members. But allow me to give each party a minute to speak. And Honorable Trafeni, the fact that I'm speaking with you present here, keep it in your mind, I haven't forgotten that I had asked you to leave the house. So once these parties have spoken because you decided to come back and you're occupying your seat, remember, you will still go out. Honorable the ANC Chief.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Indeed, you have practiced what is written in...
Sorry, we can now... Can we just pause there, please? The Speaker, as we can see from the video recording, has given all the political parties an opportunity to address the House, but we can fast forward to where Mr. Brett Heron of the Good Party, where he speaks. And just for a guide, the time slot is... Okay. Yes, maybe we could just fast forward just a little bit to where we get to Mr. Brett Heron. Yes.
that we should behave accordingly. That is a huge responsibility. Now, we may differ from each other in terms of
That is not Mr. Brett Aaron.
points of view.
Can fast forward a little bit more, thank you. Sorry, we can pause there. If we can just go back just a little bit, 5 seconds, please. There we go.
Very much honorable from member from
Thank you.
the AIC. Honorable member from Good.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, what we saw yesterday and today is deeply disturbing to see the People's House degraded in the way we have seen it. Speaker, the rules that provide for the removal of a member from this House is not intended to provide an opportunity to provoke a forced eviction. The member that's asked to leave this House in terms of the rules should leave so without being forced to do so. And we should not see the disgusting violence that we saw this morning. I'm sorry to hear that there are members that are in hospital, but from where I was sitting, I saw members of this House assaulting parliamentary staff, and that's not acceptable. Speaker, we are here to conduct the business of the people of South Africa. Speaker,
Order.
we do not represent our personal grievances.
Order.
We are here to serve the people of South Africa.
There is no point of order for now.
He's lying. There's
No.
that happened.
Remove,
There's no such that happened.
withdraw that. You are saying he's lying.
He's not at all. He's lying. He's lying. Why single us and saying we assaulted the son? We did not. They assaulted
Honorable
us.
Yako.
We did not.
If we could pause there, please, thank you.
Honorable Yako.
Mr. Council, who is that?
That's Honorable Yako.
Ms. Yako.
Yes.
Yes. And at the risk of stating the obvious, she was not recognized.
No, she was not.
She interrupted Mr. Heron.
That's right.
Thank you. We can continue.
Yako, will you please withdraw what you have just said?
Not withdraw, Speaker.
Okay, then if you're not withdrawing, please you may.
If we can just stop there,
walk
please.
out.
We can just pause there. Mr. Castle, with reference to page 547 of the unrevised Hansard, what did the speaker ask? What did Ms. Yaku say? And what did the speaker ask her to do? To withdraw what?
Ms. Yako said the member is lying.
And then the speaker
And the
asked her to
speaker
withdraw
asked
that.
the member to withdraw that. And the member said, I am not going to withdraw.
Thank you. We can continue.
Please, you leave the chamber.
Speaker, how is it that always the only option is to kick people out of the
Honorable Papa, wait. I am using the rules of the house. Honorable Yako, please leave the house.
the members?
House. He is misleading the house. He's lying. He is misleading the house. We can take.
Honorable, will you please withdraw?
That is not what happened.
You are refusing to withdraw.
I will not withdraw.
But he's misleading the house. Yako, I'm coming back to you. I will allow, would you finish?
May I conclude, Speaker?
Please conclude.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, we're not here to represent our personal grievances.
Why are you concluding?
South Africa, all the crises are urgent. Speaker, they rely on us, the people of South Africa rely on us to provide leadership and solutions, not chaos and disrespect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The honorable member from the NFP.
Honorable.
NFP, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in this House, we have different processes that we follow. One of the things we're dealing with now is the budget process. And the purpose of the budget process is to ensure that we have allocation of resources so that we can deliver services. Now, 63 million people in this country, Honorable Speaker, are watching the decorum and dignity of this House go to an all-time low. They have entrusted us as the highest decision-making body in this House to act in best interest, with respect, with dignity, with the highest levels of morality. Now, what we are doing here, Honorable Speaker, is everything else but acting in the interest of the people. The National Freedom Party is very clear about us that the process must continue. If we are unhappy about anything, we have other opportunities, we have other processes that we can follow. But this particular system must take place. It must finish. There are allegations will be dealt with. There's allegations against many people, not only in the South, all over the world. But we cannot live just on allegation. Allow the process to continue today. Allow the process to continue so that we can take South Africa forward. And I want to plead to anyone in the South that has the interest of the people of this country to please allow the process.
Thank you, Honorable Member from the National Freedom Front. I am sorry, Honorable Member from the Youth. I should have called you before the member from the EFF.
Thank you, Speaker. I think I heard Honorable Mazone complimenting or commending members of a caucus for being well behaved. Well, I think I should commend the 50% attendance record of the UGM in the House for those guys for being well behaved. Look, Speaker, I think firstly, let's give a bit of context. This is, if we were to look at it, this is President Ramaphosa.
Sorry, if we can ask the technician just to fast forward a little bit, please, until where the speaker addresses Ms. Tafeni. Move back a little bit, please. Rewind. Just a little bit more. Yes, if we could just pause there and see where we are at.
The presiding officer, in terms of Rule 7471, the presiding officer must instruct the 17 arms to.
If you can remove a little bit, please. If you can rewind, sorry. A little bit more. Little bit more.
We will investigate the matter as it happened. Honorable members, we are 400 members here. We are representing 14 political parties. And of course, representing 14 political parties also implies that we are representing millions of South Africans.
That's fine.
As we proceed, I want to start with you, Honorable Tafeni.
There we go.
No. Wait. I want to start with you, Honorable Tafeni, and remind you that the members who I had requested to leave the House have left the House. You were supposed to leave the House. For now, you have not done that. I am now requesting you to leave the House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Speaker. Because during the time that is a man and the so the suppose
all of that, Honorable Tafeni, will be investigated. But what you did, I am leaving. Honorable Tafeni, I am pleading with you to leave the House. Honorable Tafeni, I am requesting you to leave the House.
For what?
For what happened before we left here. Honorable members, allow me.
Honorable Speaker, we are asking you to protect women. What is this thing that you are doing that you allow men?
Honorable members,
women's breasts the way they do, and women are defending themselves You are punishing women for defending themselves.
To degenerate. Members, if I may read section 73 of the Constitution.
We must
and
not allow
one of the rules, and allow me to start with one, which says, if a member refuses to leave the chamber when ordered to do so by the presiding officer in terms of Rule 70 or 71, the presiding officer must instruct the sergeant in arms to remove the member from the chamber and the precincts of parliament. Number two,
she's telling you why she is not leaving.
Unable in person to effect the removal of the member, the presiding officer may call upon the Parliamentary Protection Services to assist in removing the member from the chamber and in the precincts of parliament.
Protect woman. Protect her.
If a member receives attempts to be removed from the chamber in terms of Rule 1 or 2, the sergeant in arms and the Parliamentary Protection Services may use such force as may be reasonably necessary to overcome any resistance. And this is no directive for them in the process to touch your private parts as you have indicated. And the last one member may in any manner whatsoever physically intervene in, prevent, obstruct, or hinder the removal of a member from the chamber in terms of these rules. I've read those rules and I really want to make a plea to you that you observe the rules which we have adopted in Parliament here.
The point of
Honorable members, I have noted the hand of Honorable Gangwini and Honorable Gagude, but before I recognize you, I still want to plead with you, Honorable Tafeni and Honorable Yako, to leave the House.
Speaker, we are on virtual.
Please, then we are going to meet in court. Leave.
Speaker, uzansenza abantu abakwata singekho kwata basekwatanga asikwatanga nje bathi me apha nje we have a right to be here, we have a right to speak.
Honorable Tafeni,
not to dare at this house, please.
Honorable Tafeni and Honorable Yako, will you please leave the House?
Lord, Yako was not even in the House at the time.
Honorable member from the virtual system. Virtual system. I am who's that? No, I'm
sorry, if I could just ask the technician just to rewind just by about 5 seconds, please.
The House.
Yako was not even in the House at the time.
Honorable member from the virtual system. Virtual system. I am who's that? No, I'm going to
Why must they leave, Honorable Chairperson? Why must they, when they were protecting themselves, why must they leave?
Honorable members. Okay, Honorable Papa, are you going to help me? Please help.
No, Speaker.
No point of order. The Speaker from the floor. You recognize us. Get help from the floor in the House. You want to speak in the House.
Honorable,
make a ruling that
Speaker, my hand was up before.
I'm appealing that platform be
only allowing in.
Honorable members,
voted for it.
Honorable members, the platform yesterday had to be shut down because there was disorder and people were causing disorder from the platform.
And it is you
members who I thought today we would allow you, honorable members, to not only listen but also participate. But if you are being disruptive, I will have no choice but to close the platform.
On a point of order, Speaker. Undemocratic.
Speaker, I don't know why you treating our members like this on the virtual platform. They are part of the house. They can raise points of orders anytime they see fit they want to raise points of orders. All the members that are interjecting at times, you don't look at the ANC members that are interjecting. You are quick to see EFF members and want to kick us out of the house. You didn't even give Honorable Yaku, who was still gonna talk to you. You said to her, "No, take down your hand. I'm gonna attend to you." Why are you not allowing her to speak? Now you want to also chase her out. Don't handle us like that. Don't stop handling us.
If we can pause there, please. If we can pause, please.
Table staff. I direct you.
Mr. Technician, can we pause, please? Mr. Tasso, who was that was speaking to the speaker, addressing the speaker in the red turban scarf?
That Honorable Tlangweni.
Tlangweni, yes. And was she given an opportunity to speak?
Yes, she was.
Okay. If we can proceed, thank you.
I direct you to stop.
Democratic speaker.
Honorable clerks of you have not switched off the virtual platform. You haven't. Mute everybody. Honorable member, Honorable Tappen, starting with you. I requested to leave the house. You know why. And I didn't want to get into that debate. I don't know. The same.
We can pause, please.
That's correct.
Is it an accurate description to say that she was pleading with them to leave?
Yes, she was urging them to.
Yes, and this is now after the suspension of the house, when the house re-adjourned.
That is correct.
Isn't it correct, though, that I just want to confirm this, you've already testified to this, but she had asked him to leave before the suspension already? Certainly, Ms. Yako.
Yako was asked to leave after the suspension.
Not before?
You mean after she said lying? You are, the Honorable
And Ms.
Sharon is
Tafeni?
lying. Honorable Tafeni should have left before the suspension.
Before, yes.
But she did not leave before the suspension.
Yes, so the speaker was readdressing that with her at this point in time.
That is correct.
Thank you. We can continue.
Honorable Tafeni. You are honorable. I'm not going to do that. Honorable Tafeni. Honorable Tafeni. Honorable Tafeni. Even yesterday you did this. And today the reason why we had to adjourn the house, it was because of what you did. In fact, we adjourned the house and had to go and discuss because you decided to cross the floor and stand there and actually fought. Someone. Apologies. I've mixed your names. But what you did was throwing water. You interfered as we were. Honorable.
We can fast forward a little bit, please. We can fast forward a little bit, but just slowly. I think we've gone too far because I saw the Sergeant at Arms approaching Ms. Tafeni. If we could just go a little bit back, just before the Sergeant at Arms.
No. The same.
Could you go back to more or less 2 hours and 20 minutes, please? 2 hours and about 20.
Good.
Thank you, Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, the ayes is there.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Honorable Speaker, yesterday
Honorable Chapter.
we took almost 8 hours engaging the budget votes. Honorable Speaker.
Yes, we are listening to you. You are audible. Thank you.
Yes. I was saying yesterday we took almost 8 hours debating the budget votes on president, and all the political parties had a chance or an opportunity to say whatever they feel about the president. And almost all political parties demanded answers from the president about the allegations that are put against him. We are therefore expecting the president to respond today and listen what he's gonna say about the allegations. We therefore cannot disallow the president not to respond to our demands. That is to our questions that we posed yesterday. As the AIC, we feel the president must be given an opportunity and respond as the decision taken by the chief, the whippering. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member from the AIC. Honorable Member from Good.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, what we saw yesterday and today is deeply disturbing.
Sorry, can I just speak to the technician, please? You've rewound it too far. We've dealt with this, Mr. Brett Heron's speech. We are now at the juncture where the speaker is addressing Ms. Tafeni and Ms. Yako, and we are dealing with Ms. Tafeni's removal and then thereafter Ms. Yako. That is where we are at.
If we are on please, then we are going to meet in court. Leave.
Speaker uzansenza abantu abakwata singekho kwata asikwatanga asikwatanga nje bathi me apha nje we have a right to speak here, we have a right to speak.
Honorable Tafeni,
not there at this house, please.
Honorable Tafeni and Honorable Yako, will you please leave the house?
Lord, Yako was not even in the house at the time.
Honorable Member from the virtual system. Virtual system. I am Kubangabetet. Who's that? No, I'm going.
Why must they leave, Honorable Chairperson? Why must they leave when they were protecting themselves? Why must they leave?
Honorable members. Okay, Honorable Papa, are you going to help me? Please help.
No, Speaker.
No point of order. The Speaker
From the floor.
You recognize us.
And if we could just pause there, please. Mr. Kaso, the speaker has again asked Ms. Yako and Ms. Tafeni to leave. And at the risk of stating the obvious, you confirm that they're refusing to leave.
Yes, as indicated before, they are refusing to leave.
Thank you. We can proceed.
In the house. One of the people in the house.
Honorable
I'm appealing that
allowing in members. Honorable members, the platform yesterday had to be shut down because there was disorder and people were causing disorder from the platform. But it is members who are present today, we would allow you, members, only listen, but also participate. But if you are being disrupted, I will have no choice but to close the platform. On a point of order,
Undemocratic.
Speaker, I don't know why you're leading like this on the visual platform. They are part of the house. They can raise points of orders anytime they see where they want to raise points of orders. all the members that are interjecting at times, you don't look at the ANC members that are interjecting. You are quick to see EFF members and one kicked us out of the house. You didn't even, if Honorable Young was still going to talk to you. You said to her, no, take down your head, I'm going to attend to you. Why are you not allowing her to speak? Now you want to also change her out. Don't handle us like that. Don't stop handling us.
Table staff, I direct you to switch off the virtual platform.
Point of order, Speaker.
There. I direct you to switch off the virtual
Democratic Speaker.
Point of order, Speaker. Honorable clerks you have not switched off the virtual platform. You haven't. Mute everybody. Honorable member, Honorable Taffin, starting with you, I requested you to leave the house. You know why. And I don't want to get into that debate.
I don't know.
The same.
You're wrong.
Honorable Taffin, you are honorable. I'm not going to do that. Honorable Taffin, Honorable Taffin, Honorable Taffin. Even yesterday you did this. And today the reason why we had to adjourn the house, it was because of what you did. In fact, we adjourned the house and had to go and discuss because you decided to cross the floor and stand there and actually fought. Someone apologies, I've mixed your names. But what you did was throwing water, you interfered as we were. Honorable member, I am not going to exchange with you. Will you please assist the member to leave the house? Because you interfered with the process when somebody was being removed from the house. When we investigated that, we can talk about it. No, you leave the house, honorable member. Leave the house. Okay. Honorable, how do you allow it?
Point of order, Speaker. I have for the past 2 hours, if not 3 hours, been respectfully raising point of order, and you.
I am waiting for the
point of order, Speaker.
The Parliamentary Protection Services must assist and
we have a member of your security services who is abusing
Speaker, are you going to recognize me? Or you just want me to go on and speak?
Her name is Beauty. Because she's doing it deliberately. She's not doing her job anymore. She's being personal. So she cannot come in here. Yeah.
Who's that? Sorry, if we could just pause there. We still see that Ms. Tafeni, well, she will be removed now. But in relation to Ms. Yako, Mr. Castle, we see there that she is constantly from the video talking, interrupting the speaker. Was she given an opportunity to speak? Did the speaker recognize her?
No.
Can we go ahead then? Thank you.
No.
A security person is impossible.
Madam Speaker, was arrested. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I think you have just acknowledged that you chose the wrong person.
I could say something to you, honorable members. Please. And you all know this. Fact that I ignore your hands. It is not that you are being ignored. We have to finish with one person. listen. Honorable members.
Can we pause there, please? Can we pause? Thank you. So the female PPS members have come in to remove Mr. Feni. Can we just get that picture back, please? What do we see? What is Miss Yako doing, and what is Miss is that Miss Longini?
We see Honorable Yako, Honorable Matokwe, and Honorable Tangwini.
Mjangwini, yes. What are they doing?
Interfering with the removal of a member from the House.
Excuse me, Chair, sorry. Excuse me, Chairperson, with your permission, can I please address you?
Yes, Advocate Kasiboto.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. We're back here again this morning. A factual claim is put to Mr. Glasso, which suggests an answer that it's female PPS members who are inside the house trying to remove my client. And he accepts that as a correct version. But what you see on that shot is both male and female PPS members. And Mr. Glasso does not correct that. And what you also hear from my client is, "Balela la madoda asuke up," because just for the benefit of non-POSA speakers, that is translated to tell these male PPS members to leave the house. Because what came before that is the speaker saying only female PPS members may remove female members of parliament. But what you see in that shot, which is complained about, are male PPS members. So that is an accurate version, at least not a true reflection of what you see in the shot. And Speaker, this is, or rather Chairperson, this is an important point, because the defense, at least as far as Ms. Chiro is concerned, is that she's concerned about the harassment of women by male PPS members, and the Speaker had ruled that they not be in the house. So can that version be put accurately? And I ask yet again, Chairperson, that you make a ruling about leading questions, because that is how we get to these inaccuracies or incomplete pictures. Thank you, Chair. I ask for your ruling in that respect.
Thank you, Advocate Kasiboto. Advocate Golden, you have anything to say?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Chair, that wasn't a leading question. And my very short answer is that whatever objections, points of clarity, or cross-examination questions have that my learned friend has can appropriately be put to Mr. Glasso in cross-examination. He will have his opportunity. Thank you. May I proceed?
Thank you, Advocate Golden. Advocate Kasiboto. As I request Advocate Golden once more to consider asking leading questions, is it possible that the matter you raised of inaccuracies be parked for cross-questioning, for cross-examining Mr. Glasso later? So
Thank
that
you,
we
Chair.
don't have to deal with it now. We're noting it, and you also take it to that time when we will be cross-examining, but we have noted your point.
Thank you, Chairperson. I don't intend to be difficult. I'm just simply asking for a ruling directed at the initiator. I'm not asking for an engagement. I'm simply asking to remind the initiator, as you did yesterday, that she does not ask leading questions. It does not matter that I've got an opportunity to cross-examine. As a matter of procedure, an initiator is not supposed to ask leading question. That's a simple point I make, particularly if the witness just accepts that version and doesn't correct it, because the impression that is created in the minds of the committee members is that that is fact. They take notes and then they adjudicate the basis of inaccuracies. I'm just simply asking for a ruling. Direct the initiator not to ask leading questions. I'm not opening up a debate, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Advocate. As we continue, Advocate Bowen, please consider the request that we made. No leading questions. We can continue.
Madam
And
Chair,
we
you've
will
asked.
please be mindful also that tea is in 15 minutes. The tea break is in 15 minutes as you continue.
Yes, thank you. So I will continue, Madam Chair. Mr. Castle, before I ask you a question on this very issue, can we just ask the technician to replay the last, say, 10 seconds, please?
Say something to you, honorable members. Please, please. And you all know this. Fact that I ignore your hands. It is not that you are being ignored. We have to finish with one person. Honorable members.
Can we pause there, please? Mr. Castle, can we please leave the video recording picture on the screen? Thank you. Mr. Castle, what do you observe there? The PPS has now been called in to remove Ms. Tafeni. Please take it from there and describe what should be obvious from the video recording. Thank you.
The PPS has been called in to remove Honorable Tafeni. And I see Honorable Matokwe, Honorable Yako, and Honorable Tangweni interfering with the removal of the member.
Who are the PPS members that is approaching or that is close to Ms. Tafeni?
I don't know their names, but I see there's PPS female colleagues, and of course there seems to be a male colleague on this side of the member. I think Ms. Tangwin, if the video could move, I'll be able to see everyone who is there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe. Yeah.
Then let's play the video. Thank you.
Honorable members. Honorable Tafeni, will you please step out? Honorable Tafeni. Honorable Tafeni, step out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, can we pause there, please?
So
What happens to the two male members on the
I
side?
see the two male colleagues moving back, and 3 colleagues remaining, female colleagues remaining closer to Ms. Tafeni.
Thank you. We can continue.
Which one? Honorable members, I have requested you, honorable member Tafeni, please leave, and from Parliamentary Protection Services, my instruction to you is that no male member should move the parliamentary. And no member must honorable members.
Can we stop there, please? We pause there. Mr. Castle, we've now heard what the speaker said. She's just reminding the PPS, no male members must remove the female members of the EFF. We have also seen the male members of the PPS step back. In terms of what you see there, are there any male members surrounding Ms. Tafeni and the other EFF members?
No, I don't. Not in close proximity. There may be other doors. Yeah.
Thank you. So we are left with the female members by Ms. Tafeni. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
So what is the other EFF colleagues doing Ms. Yako, Ms. Tangwini, and Ms. Madokwe, what are they doing? Are they still allowing the female PPS members to remove Ms. Tafeni?
They seem to be pointing out at one of the colleagues, I think they call her Beauty, who is, according to them, who is not supposed to remove Mr. Feni. And yes.
There are female members there, but what are they doing? Are they allowing her to be removed?
No, they are not allowing her to be removed. Yeah.
Thank you. Can we play again, please?
Okay.
We can continue.
All right. I'm waiting. I am waiting for the honorable member Tafeni to leave the house. Actually,
You can't prescribe.
all you need, honorable member, is to escort. That's all we've been requesting. That you just go and struggling as speaker.
So if we could just pause there. So we see that Mr. Feni, that she ultimately left. Yes, thank you. We can continue with the video.
I think pretty much. Thank you, Honorable Tafeni is gone. I'm coming back to you, Honorable Yako. Sure. Will you please rise and please leave the house? Honorable Yako, you asked why. It is because somebody is lying, and I said, please withdraw, and you refused.
No, point of order,
He
Speaker.
misled the house. I said he misled the house.
Honorable member Yako, you said
You did not give me a chance.
you said people, the person is lying. You said it twice.
I then said he had misled the house.
Honorable member, I said withdraw lying. Up and now you have not withdrawn. No, she was given time, please, Honorable. Honorable Yako, will you please take the floor and withdraw now?
Honorable Chair, I withdraw the word lying. He misled the house.
Thank you very much, Honorable Squatcher. I understand how you may be feeling that the speaker had ruled, but one thing I'm not going to have is this house collapsing in my hands before the president has finished his speech.
Point of order,
And maybe
Speaker.
after this, honorable members, Honorable Pabo, we can discuss this matter. Thank you very much.
Speaker.
Honorable, I've not given you the floor.
Yeah, but I've raised the hand.
I
for the
haven't
past 2
given
hours.
you the floor.
So when are you going to give me an
Switch off your
opportunity?
mic and raise
When
your
are
hand.
you going to give me an opportunity?
Switch off that mic. Thank you.
Can we just
Thank you.
pause there, please? Mr. Castle, who was that spoke and interrupted?
It's Honorable Motwendi.
Montwedi?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Just for the technician, can we fast forward the tape now to about 3 hours?
Yeah, about 3 hours.
About 3 hours into the videotape?
Non-recognition of members to speak, you need to be consistent around it because the rules empowers you not to allow persistently the same members who's going to speak on a matter. And the last point, the last ruling that you made as a respected speaker, when you ask a member of parliament to say, can you withdraw, and they didn't withdraw, you still give them indulgence and give them after you've ruled yourself. So I want to draw your attention that let's not contradict this house. You are correct, but this house cannot collapse sometimes. But it's very clear when we are seated, the members who are crossing and are disrupting the house, you need to take your powers and do what is due to them. Because all of us as members and leaders of political parties have said the president must proceed and the president must respond. No member should not be able to close that, honorable speaker. But in the way that we are going, I'm really getting worried that we will fall in the hands and the traps of these plans that we are seeing here. Please take
Thank you
order in
very
your
much,
house.
honorable member. Thank you.
She's going.
Thank you very much. You said it all.
But I want to
Honorable members.
on page 595.
We need this.
All
Okay. Wait, is going.
what is to say, Lisa?
Yeah.
So shall we just play it?
Yeah. Let's play it.
Yes, sir.
We'll play it then.
Montweti.
Yeah, that's good.
Montweti, can you just for a few minutes, just give us the respect you deserve, because I'm giving you the respect you deserve. Please, just for once. Honorable members, I think we've reached that point where points of order which are related to issues which I've already ruled on, I will not accept. And no one can accuse me of being unfair, of being this, of being biased. I've actually noted points of order on all sides. In fact, I think some of the people are very impatient with me right now. But I wanted to give opportunity to everybody to express themselves, so that tomorrow as you go to court, because you are very much preparing to go to court, from what I have been told from the virtual platform here, at least you must have facts and not fiction about what happened here today. I'm no more allowing for points of order from all sides, from all political parties.
When are you going?
We are now continuing with the response.
Or in the
of
EFF,
president.
you only see Montweti. My hand has been up, Steve. Speaker, can you please?
Sorry, if we can pause there, please. Mr. Castle, can you just confirm the ruling that the speaker made?
The speaker said two things that she would not take points of order on matters she had already ruled on. And also towards the end, she then says, I'm no more allowing points of order from all sides, from all parties.
Thank you. We can continue.
Silence the voice of women in this parliament. My hand has been up. Can you please?
Mr. President, the President.
But on a point of order, Speaker, the Honorable
point of order,
Speaker. No, Speaker. Point of order, Speaker.
The same thing that we have been telling you about, Speaker, you are doing it again.
Point of order, Speaker.
Gender-based violence, and you are silencing women in this parliament.
Point of order, Speaker. Point of order, Speaker. The Honorable Piwaba's hand was
Point of order, Speaker. For the longest time.
Point of order, Speaker. Point of order happens to be Rule 92 of the rules of this House. I want to know if
Honorable Montweti.
Yes, Speaker.
Speaker, you must switch off your mic. Honorable Montweti, I have now ruled on this matter that I will not take any more points of order, and that if a person has a challenge, a problem with my ruling, you may want to challenge it later.
No.
For now,
Speaker,
Honorable Montweti,
please
switch off your mic.
Yeah, but you must recognize me.
Honorable member,
house right now.
Switch off your mic. Honorable members, I have now ruled after 3 hours that I am not taking any more points of order. And I hate to say this, the points of order which are being raised are similar points of order, and clearly there are points of order which are meant to collapse the business of the day. And I am saying, honorable members, I am not going to allow this. I'm not allowing it, Honorable Montweti. I'm not allowing you.
Speaker.
Speaker, you cannot preempt what you want to say in
Honorable Montweti,
my hand not allowing you for the longest time.
You are running this House
I am not
in terms of the rules of order, or you are running this House in terms of what you think must happen.
Honorable
Point of order is Rule 92 in terms of the rules.
Can we pause there, please? Can we pause there, please? Mr. Castle, can you just describe what you've observed? Can we bring back the tape, please? The speaker has made a ruling. She's now engaging with Mr. Montweti. And what is Mr. Montweti doing?
Speaker had ruled earlier that she's not taking points of order. And the honorable member tried to intervene, and the speaker repeated. And there was also Honorable Tlangweni at some point who said, no, Speaker. And then Speaker says to Honorable Montweti, he must switch off his mic. But of course, the member has not complied with that.
And does Mr. Montwedi then continue to listen to the speaker, or does he just continue to interrupt?
Honorable member continues to speak. Later on, he says, I want to know if you are running this house in terms of the rules of order, you're running this house in terms of what you think must happen. So that's the honorable member speaking.
Yes, and then also I just refer the committee to page 595 and on of the unrevised Hansard. You do have that in your bundle. We can continue with the video clip. Thank you.
And are you saying you are disregarding a rule of the House? Is that what you are saying? Is that what you are saying? I just want clarity from you on that one issue, Speaker, to say, are you saying you are suspending Rule 92?
What you are leaving for Rule number 2?
Is the Speaker saying?
Is your sub rule 7 and 8 and 9, which is what I read here when we started, that no other member may raise another point of order before the presiding officer has ruled on the first point of the order. That was number 1, sub-rule 7. No member may raise a point of order again or a similar point of order if the presiding officer has ruled on the matter. Number 8, members may not disrupt proceedings by pointing points of order that do not comply with the sub-rule number 9.
I hear you loud and clear. I want to engage you on that one.
You're not going to engage me.
I want to engage on the point of order, Speaker. On this House, Speaker. On the point of order, Speaker. What you have read, point of order, Speaker, why are members muted on the virtual platform? Disregarded. Please unmute our members on the virtual platform. Speaker, can you please stop this guy to stop these gestures? Can you please ask him to stop with this intimidating gestures at home? We will this morning.
Honorable,
stop it.
Honorable Montwedi. Okay.
Speaker, can you unmute our members on the virtual platform?
Will you please leave the room?
Honorable Speaker, can you unmute our members on the virtual platform?
Will you please leave the chamber?
Can you just stop there, please? Thank you. Mr. Castle, what is happening now?
After Speaker has demonstrated extreme patience, he then directs Honorable Montwedi to leave the House. She directs Honorable Montwedi to leave the House.
We can continue.
On a point of order.
Speaker, Honorable Montwedi, will you please leave?
Honorable Speaker, on a point of order.
Speaker, for what? What have I done? For what? Speaker, speaking. President want to speak on the
order, Speaker. Point of order, Speaker.
Not going to create a comfort for the president.
I cannot raise issues like that. You don't want us
there are rules that must be respected.
Honorable Malema.
Honorable Speaker, I'm rising on a different point because you keep on muting us here on a virtual platform. And I personally, as a member of this parliament, who enjoys the privileges of being member of this parliament, I've not done anything to be muted, to deserve to be muted on this platform. I think this approach is wrong. And for members of parliament who are sitting there to allow this, is actually undemocratic. You've got 291 members of parliament on virtual platform who just get muted for no apparent reason. And the leadership in that parliament doesn't rise to say, not everybody should be treated the same. It doesn't matter how impatient we want to become. Each member will have to be treated as an individual. And if there is a transgression, let the transgression be communicated to that individual member before they are.
Sorry for the technician, we can just fast forward, but very slowly to where Ms. Ntlangweni then speaks. I think that may be a bit too far. Speaker, may May I make a suggestion at this stage? Chairperson, my apologies. Would it be appropriate for us to break for the tea break now? And then when we adjourn, we would hopefully have the correct spot on the video recording.
All right, please guide your technicians as to the right spot because it's taking forever for them to go back and forward. Honorable members, we're taking tea now until 11:45, 15 minutes.
Recording stopped.